I've uploaded thousands of listings on Etsy over the years. Some of the designs have failed and others have helped me build a consistent 6-figure income. But if there's one thing that all of those listings and all of those years have taught me, is that there's one thing that separates sellers who blow up and sellers that burn out. It's not about working harder or uploading more, it's about having the right strategy. And today we're talking about a design strategy that will hopefully help blow up your sales and make the design process so much easier. Because when I first got started, I probably did what most of you are doing right now. I'd go on Etsy, I'd find something that was selling, try to make something similar, upload it, and then just hope. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. And I couldn't figure out why. I was doing the research, I was putting in the time, I was listing consistently. So why weren't my designs taking off? It took me a long time and a lot of failed listings to really figure out a strategy that worked well for me and what I was doing wrong. So in this video, I'll hand you the exact strategy that I wish someone gave me when I first got started. But before we get into it, I do have something exciting that I want to share. I am launching very soon a brand new monthly private community. It's going to be a space for successful sellers, new sellers to come and learn about what's trending, what's selling right now, so that you know what to be designing for and when, especially if you always feel like you're behind and you're just trying to play catch up. This is going to be the perfect place for you. I have the link to the waitlist down in the description, or you can comment the word waitlist and I'll send you the link as well. And I'd love to see you over there. Now let's talk about why your designs might not be selling and what to do about it. Now, it is normal that every single design that you ever post doesn't become your next bestseller. There's something called the Pareto principle, which states that 20% of the designs that we make are likely going to be what makes up the 80% of our actual sales. So don't be too harsh on yourself that not every single design that maybe you love goes on to become your next bestseller. We're just looking for those 20% winners, and we need to test and design until we find those. But let's jump into the biggest mistake that I see sellers making with their designs. And I made this mistake in the beginning too. They do their research, they find one thing that's trending, and their research stops there. They find a best-selling design or product, they make their own version with a slightly different font or slightly different graphics or colors, and they post it. And they think that's the strategy that's gonna lead them to success. And I get it. On the surface, it makes complete sense. If something's already selling, why wouldn't you just post the same thing as well, right? But by the time you've spotted that bestseller or that trend, it's likely that hundreds, if not thousands of other sellers have already seen that bestseller and copied it too. And not only that, but now you're also trying to compete with a listing that's already established. It's already a bestseller. It might be from a store that already has a lot more sales and a lot more reviews than you. Your brand new listing that just looks like a cheap knockoff of one that's already a bestseller with all of that sales history and reviews isn't going to stand a very good chance against that listing that's already selling. And this is the part that I really want you to hear, because it's not about your design being bad. You could be a super talented designer and still struggle with this approach. So what do you do instead? You stop treating trends like a blueprint to be copied, and you start treating them like ingredients to combine. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do right now. Step number 1 is about becoming a smarter researcher. Not just finding what's trending, but understanding the specific elements of what's making that work. And step 2 is where the magic happens. You take a look at the different elements of multiple trending designs that you've seen, and you combine those in a new and unique way that's still proven. And you really don't need to be a professional designer or someone with a really big creative gift. This really is a repeatable process that anyone can follow. By the end of this video, you'll have a framework you can use every single time you go to design. And I'm going to show you how to execute it using Kittl to make your designs so you can see how it all comes together. Ideally, you already have a niche in mind that you want to make a design for. So the first step is to take a look at that niche and see what's already best selling and selling for that product type. Let's say you're designing for the reading niche. The first step is you want to take a look and see what's already selling in that niche on the product you're looking to sell it on. So if you're looking to make a reading shirt, then go ahead and type in reading shirt, whatever the most broad term is for that product, and take a look and see the first 2 or 3 pages. What do the best selling items have? What design styles are they using? You can easily sort the search results by bestsellers by clicking this star seller button, or if you don't see it there, you can click show filters and go to the Etsy's best and click star seller here, and then change the word star in the URL to the word best. Now this is going to show you only items in the reading shirt niche that have a bestseller badge. That means they're selling way more than their competition. So taking a look through here, pay attention to popular sayings that people are using and write them down, like books and coffee, reading is my jam, read more books. And pay attention to the design styles that people are using, like a heart with some books on the side, the retro frame design style, some simple text-based designs, mixing it with geese, the word bookish, a cute little black cat on an open book. You're just paying attention to everything that you're seeing, and even saying it out loud and writing it down can really help you see what's here. Now, if we stopped here, that's when you might feel like everything's really already been done before. So step 2 is we need to go do our trend research outside of the reading niche. Whenever I'm doing my trend research, especially for my trend reports that I release every month in my private community, I like to start really broad with something like just the word shirt, or if you're selling mugs or ornaments or candles, start with that really broad term as well, because we want to get inspiration for what's trending across this product, across different niches that we can combine in unique ways with the reading niche in this example. As you scroll through, start to make a mental note of popular fonts and take a screenshot of those. What color palettes are people using? Are a lot of people using really similar colors? Is there a specific layouts that are popular? Again, screenshots can really help here, so you can build up your own mental library of what types of designs are selling right now and help you really start to see the pattern recognition that there is when you're looking for best-selling design styles. Try to make a list of 10 or 15 things that you saw 2, 3, or even 10 times, because one bestseller might just be a coincidence, but 2, 3, 10 bestsellers with the same elements, that's a trend. Here's some of what I'm personally seeing right now in 2026 to give you a starting off point. These are all things that I've released in my most recent monthly trend report that will be included in the monthly subscription in my new community. So again, don't forget to join that waitlist if you want this shortcut to what's trending right now on Etsy every single month. One of the biggest trends in 2026 has been the faux patchwork design style, like these examples here. These are really easy to make with AI, but make sure that you make them a little bit more cartoony and make it really obvious that they're faux patchwork, because some people are getting bad reviews if they're making these designs look a little too realistic. With Father's Day coming up, I am seeing a lot more of these retro sunsets really trending in a lot of different designs. So think retro colored graphics with matching retro colored text. Simple distressed white text designs are booming across tons of different niches and are so easy to make. So don't forget that sometimes simple really sells. And if you're not new to Etsy, then you might already know that raccoons are a huge seller on designs in tons of different niches. But one that I've been seeing a little bit more and more recently is actually possums. And one that's not necessarily new to 2026, but is a classic proven bestseller, is using a line of checkerboard in your designs like these ones. It can be below the text, it can be behind the graphic, above and below the graphics. But this one is such a hot seller. Hopefully you found some great trends all on your own, and then mixed with the ones that I also gave you, now you have a great ingredients list. You don't want to pick just one of these and run with it. Hold on to them, because in step 2, you'll be combining them and using multiple at once. And if you're enjoying this video so far, type mix and match down in the comments below. So at this point, you want to stop thinking of yourself as a designer and think of yourself more as a chef. A chef combines ingredients, flavors, and techniques to create something completely new, but out of proven ingredients. And that's exactly what you'll be doing in step 2. Timing matters here too. If you're watching this when it comes out, then spring and summer are right on the way, which means that things like sunshine, iced coffee, the beach, sea creatures, flowers are all going to be trending. So layering some of those seasonal trends onto your designs that you're making that aren't necessarily seasonal can really also put you ahead of the curve. So let's talk through an example. Let's say you saw this iced coffee and sunshine shirt that's a bestseller. Instead of just changing the colors and changing the graphics a little bit and posting it again, what if you took the idea of sunshine and iced coffee and you mixed it with another proven saying structure that you saw in your research? Like I saw a couple different designs that said, life happens, quilting helps, for example. So what if I made a design that said, life happens, iced coffee and sunshine help? And what if I did it in the same style as that graphic we saw that had the doodle graphics around it and the text in the middle? It's a perfect example of combining 2 or 3 different things that we've seen to create something new and unique that's still all rooted in something proven. Let me show you how easy it is to actually bring one of these ideas to life in Kittl. And if you haven't ever tried Kittl to make designs, they are an amazing design software. And I will put a link to Kittl down in the description for you because I do have a special coupon code to get you a little money off your subscription if you want to give them a try. Or comment the word Kittl and I'll send you the link as well. One of the things I really love about Kittl is all of their design templates. So if you're someone who really struggles with staring at a white blank screen and not knowing where to start, this can be a really perfect place for you to start. So I had a thought after seeing a bestseller on Etsy for Father's Day, since that is coming up so much sooner than you might think. I saw it was the dad tax, making sure it's not poison niche. And so I thought it would be fun to try and combine that saying with possums and checkerboard. So I'm gonna come here to their templates tab and type in checkerboard and see if there's any templates that really stick out to me as one that would be good for a dad that I could kind of use as a base to start my design. I found this design that I think could be really interesting. If I could remake this graphic into the style of a possum, I think it would be perfect. So let's click Use Template. So first things first, let's take a look at this graphic. So I'm gonna click Ungroup because these are combined together. Now I'm gonna click the graphic and I can use the built-in AI right here in Kittl, which is great because they have all of the newest AI features that you might want, like Nano Banana Pro, which is the most popular designing AI out there right now. And I'll describe what I want. I typed, make me a possum in the same graphic style, but holding snacks. And let's see what it gives us. It's gonna start using the AI to take that graphic style and make us a totally new graphic with the prompt that I gave it. It gave me this graphic, which I actually think is really fun. I love the little beanie hat that it has, but I don't actually want this little snack patrol on the bottom. And so I'm gonna put it on a canvas and click this Add an AI image board. So I can ask it to make me some changes, but I wanna keep the original in case I wanna make changes. So I'm just gonna say, take away the banner. Okay, perfect. So it took away the little banner at the bottom. So this is great. So now this is on an AI board. So I need to click this little 3 more button and click flatten. So that way I have him all by itself. And then I can drag him and bring him over here and put him on my canvas. So I'm going to delete the little boxer guys and bring him onto the canvas and remove the background. So that way he fits on here. And so then we'll just find a way to fit him in here. I want to keep the checkerboard at the bottom, so I might crop him. So I'll click this 5 more button and click crop. Maybe crop him like this so it's just the top half of his body, kind of like that. I think this could be really fun. Okay. And then before I pick anything else, I'm just going to go in and actually edit the text. So here we're going to do dad tax, and it looks like the spacing's really weird, and so you can come over here on the right and you can see underneath where you can see the font name, which I do love this London News font. This is cute. This AV, when you hover over it says letter spacing. It's for some reason -184 on the template, so I'm gonna change that to 0. Oh, I gotta highlight the text first and then change it to 0. And that's better spacing. But what's nice is when I unclick it, it's gonna keep that kind of slanted look to the text that I think is really cool. And then for the other text, I'm gonna use the same saying as the bestseller since I'm doing a totally different kind of design style. And I'm gonna have this say, making sure, and then this one, I need to highlight the text and also change that to 0 for the spacing. Maybe make this a little smaller so it can kind of fit next to him is what I'm thinking. Something like that. Maybe I'll scooch him over a little bit. You just have to kind of play around with it. So it's like the template's gonna look really different than what the original did, but it's the same kind of vibe, same idea, and I didn't have to really come up with as much, which is so nice. Then I'm gonna duplicate this text and change it to, "It's not poison." Did I spell poison? I think so. Okay. Making sure it's not poison. And then this, what's interesting is this could even be like a custom date that the customer could pick. That could be funny. So do like 2025 or 2023 or something. I think you could include something custom there, or you could not. Like some space between him and the checkerboard would look a little better, something like that. So there you have it, a super cute design that's on trend, adds value in a different way. And I made it pretty quick and easy using Kittl. So again, if you haven't checked out Kittl just yet, I will have the link for them down in the description with my discount code. The design side of this business doesn't have to be the part that slows you down. And if this strategy is feeling like a lot the first time that you're hearing it, just try going through this process step by step one time. And I promise after you have combined a few things together the first time, it should really start to click. So your homework right now is simple. Go do your own research, build your ingredients list, and pick 2 or 3 things that you've seen working in other designs and combine them. And if you want to be doing this work with real support around you, then my private community is again launching very soon. And the waitlist is open right now. The link's in the description, or comment the word waitlist, and you can be some of the first people through the door and get some amazing launch offers. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.